everyone, welcome back, my crafty crafters. We are now on week 2 of our collaboration. Really fun. Okay, and this one I'm a little nervous because I could probably have about 2-hour video and I'm going to try not to do that to you because we all have other things we need to do as well. So I'm going to try to keep this concise, but I have so many ideas. So I'm going to try to keep it at the very most at an hour. I'm sorry if I go over. I'm going to really try not to. So, okay, so this week is week 2. We're all going to be doing embellishments. And I do need to let you know, remind you, if you haven't seen yet me mention in my group, unfortunately, Val needed to drop out of the collaboration. She's having printer issues, and it's just not going to work out for her to be in it this time. So unfortunately, instead of 7 ideas, you're going to get 6 ideas, but that's still a lot to work with. So anyway, just so you know, and the freebies, every group, every collaborator, Stacy and I have given them freebies to share with you every Sunday. So for Val's freebies, you will find them in my group and in Stacy's group. So we don't want you to miss out on those freebies because there's some really good freebies there. So so that's the deal there. And again, so this is week 2. Stacy and I are doing our videos today, and then you can follow along. Of course, not Val, but tomorrow will be Terry, and then Tuesday will be Tracy and Santhini, and then Wednesday will be Susan again. So it's all the same routine. So there you go. And again, if you want to get in on our drawings, these are the rules. You can screenshot that and read it later if you haven't yet. And let's get going here. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me put this somewhere that makes sense. Okay, all right, so speaking of freebies, I went ahead and cut out all the embellishments that I plan on using in my kit. And you know what? Did I do Stacy's kit? Oh my, I may need to go print some more. Oh no. But these are some of the freebies for this week that you should be seeing in everyone's groups. I can't remember whose is whose, but this is one of Stacy's freebies, and I'm not sure who has that one, to be honest. This is another one of Stacy's freebies. I love this. That's in someone else's group. This is one of my freebies. Oh, this was Val's, so you will find this in my group. And this was another freebie of mine. I think it's Santhini's group. And then this is my freebie in my group, and also Stacy will be having this one as well. And you know what? I think I might have forgotten to go print out her freebies, like her regular freebies. I mean, not freebies, her embellishments in her kit. Okay, well, I may be doing that later. So anyway, oh, and I do need to let you know that if you remember from the last week, I had 4 signatures, and I'm going to be alternating the sizes and the way I'm going to bind it. I hope it works for this, but that was kind of bothering me. I felt like I needed another signature to kind of even it out. So now that feels balanced. So I went ahead and I created another signature. There are plenty more papers to print. So I went ahead and printed them, did the same thing on the signature as you saw me do on these. So now I have 5 signatures. This is going to be a very chunky monkey, but that's okay. I love chunky monkeys. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. Okay. So now I've got stuff all over the place. I really need like a week to reorganize my craft room. But I don't have a week of nothing to do. Okay, so here are the freebies, or not the freebies, oh my goodness, the embellishments from my kit that I went ahead and printed out and cut out and inked and all that good stuff. I do want to add another flavor, another layer of something here. This is a die cut from BeeBee Craft. When I did my unboxing for their their stash that I got recently. This was in there, and I wanted to play around with this kit. I thought it'd be very appropriate. I will put a link for this. It may be out of stock still. It was last time I checked. But I will put a link, and you can kind of keep checking back to see when it comes back in stock. But I'm loving this. But turns out if you don't have it or you can't get a hold of it, these that freebie from Stacy, you can use this freebie to do the same thing I'm going to be doing with this. It'll just, it won't be a die cut. And I'm actually going to do this first because it's going to need time to dry. So again, where should I put this? Okay, I'm gonna put that there. All right, so I'm gonna do something that I did quite a while ago. I have a tutorial on it, but it was kind of, I think I did it as a live, to be honest. It may have been a Facebook Live, so it may not be on my YouTube channel. I haven't been keeping up with that. Keeping things together like that. I'm squirrel, too many things going on. So anyway, so I'm going to show you something really cool in case you haven't seen it yet. And it's how to do a faux rusty, make a rusty paper embellishment. It's faux, but it looks really cool. And so I'm going to, let's see, is that all that? Okay. And this is just cardstock, kind of like a grayish colored cardstock that I just happen to have. I have no idea where it came from, but I'll take it. All right, let me get all this mess here sorted out. I get all the little holes and everything. This is I really love this die cut. So many options. You got the keys, you got the keyholes and the hinges. I love hinges. Okay, excuse me. All right, let's get this show on the road here. So what I'm gonna do is get some scrap paper to protect my surface. And I don't know if you've seen this before. If you have, you can just fast forward. But I think I'm going to leave, since this is kind of already a gray, I'm just going to leave it as is. I was thinking about doing, inking it a little bit. Maybe I'll just do one. I'll ink one, give it a little bit of a browner color. But I think it'll look okay without me doing this. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to do one, and we'll see how it works out. Okay. All right. So now let me grab, all you need is glue or Mod Podge and cinnamon. Oh yes, it's true. That's all you need. So I'm going to grab one of my little brushes here and try to open this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Phew. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to do it along the edges. Can you see this? I need to make sure that you can see this. Okay. Yes. I'm just going to do it along the edges, and you just kind of just brush it on, just kind of willy-nilly, because rust doesn't have a rhyme or reason to it, right? So I'm just going to actually just dab instead of brushing. I'm just dabbing. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. A little heavier in some spots and not so heavy in others. And I'm just actually going to, don't have too much left actually. All right, so I'm just going to get it all over there. Okay. And little guy here, because I don't want it to glue down to the paper necessarily. So I want to grab that off. And oh my goodness, this is messy. I will warn you. Whoops. It's messy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put these on another sheet of paper to dry. And then while that's drying, we will play with the rest of the things. Okay, this, I feel like I need more here. I want a little bit more right there. So how can I do this now? I will do it like this. There we go. All right. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these. I'm honestly not sure I will use all of these, but while I'm at it, I'm just going to rustify them all. And then I'll probably put this on fast forward for the sake of time. You can, I'm sure you're picking up what I'm laying down here on how to do this. It's super easy. So let me do this real quick and then we'll move on. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I really want to really focus on some clusters for this journal. So, you know, besides the obvious, you know, pockets that we'll put in, you know, those are all very easy, self-explanatory. The belly bands, I'll play with all of that and let you see where I put them. I'll just do that on fast forward. But that's all pretty self-explanatory. So I kind of want to do some things that are going to be a little bit different, just to give you some ideas. For my ATC cards, I was thinking I'd like to do like a hidden sliding pocket. So let me, which ones? I think I'm looking for something that's, okay, that doesn't have much on top because I'm going to be cutting into that. Okay, so we're not gonna do it with all of them, but I want to do it with at least one. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be like a double-sided pocket, freestanding pocket. It's not gonna get glued down anywhere. So I will be gluing the edges, of course, but before I do that, I am going to, excuse me, make sure it's all the same size here. If you hear my printer in the background, that's me printing out some of Stacy's ephemera. I did forget to print out some of the things I wanted to print there. So, okay, so this is 3 1/4 long, and I want to cut off, let's see, I think if I put it at 2 1/2, that will give me a good, okay, don't be scared, it's okay. So now what I need to do is, let me grab an index card. All right, so this might be like really fun for anybody that's new here. When I first saw this done, I was like, oh, that's so fun. Okay, so what I need to do is, oh my goodness, I'm really disorganized again today. I'm so sorry. Okay, pencil. All right, so I want a card that will slide into my pocket. And when I glue it, when I glue the edges, it's of course needs to be a little bit skinnier so it slides easier. So I'm just going to eyeball this. You know me, I'm an eyeballer more than a measurer in most cases. So let's just say around here-ish. Okay, let me just go ahead and cut that. Here-ish. Okay. And then, oh my goodness, I'm going to keep that out. I'm going to keep that out because I need to, well, first of all, I need to make sure I have the right one with the right one, the right top with that one. Okay. Sheesh. Okay, so if I were to cut this, or slide it in here, okay. All right, so then the top will go here-ish. Again, I'm ishing, because that's kind of how I roll. So, about there-ish. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, again, keeping, all right, so that's with that, and that's with that. So I'm going to take these two and sandwich this little guy like so. All right. Okay. So let me get my glue. And of course it's not going to work for me. Come on, you can do it. Okay. All right, I will wrestle with you later. Let's see if this one will work. That one works. Okay. So, and I'm going to line it up basically to the top. And I want to center it, right? I want it to be centered on each side pretty much as good as I can do there. Okay. And then we will glue. Oh my goodness gracious. The glue fight is probably always the worst part for me. Most frustrating thing. I'm always battling the glue. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to go all over to the side here a little bit because I want this other side to stick. I want it all to be stuck together really well. Okay. Make sure that there's no white edges showing, and of course if there is, just re-ink it. Inking fixes everything. And inking is therapeutic, as far as I'm concerned. I love inking. I love it. Okay. Now, we're just going to glue these together in a pocket formation. And I want to definitely make sure I don't go too far over into the middle because I want to make sure that I have the little card will slide in nicely. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Okay. Just along the bottom and the edges. All right. Leave that like that. Hopefully it won't. Okay, so glue that. Make sure all the edges are good. And because this is not art glitter glue, which dries super fast, I'm gonna set this aside for a minute and make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, and then I'll show you the fun part here. Okay, so okay, and then also I'm gonna do I always like to do some of my my paper clip-less paper clips. So let me choose a few that I'd like to do that with. Probably the butterfly and the little mushroom clock house. So, in case you've never seen me do this before, all you do is you take some glue, you just kind of glue a flat, create a flat line on the bottom, and then glue the rest of the curve, and then line that's along the top, and then line that up with the top of your other piece. And then you just clip it onto a page or a tag. Well, if I could see. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So there you have. Oh, I have it a little bit crooked with the butterfly, but you know what? That's okay. Butterflies go that way too. Yeah. So there you go. So that's that. So I'll probably I may make more of those. I'm not sure about that yet. So let's see. This is probably dry enough. So this is a cute little hidden. Oh, I gotta make sure it's on the right edge here. Oh my goodness, hang on. It's a little tight. I should have maybe, I'm gonna stretch it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Do it very, very carefully. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, so then you just slide that in. And I may have made it too long, so that's okay. We'll just trim it just a tad. Let's see. Hey, there we go. So, and I didn't ink the, these edges because I kind of want it to be, camouflaged. So it's like a surprise. And you have a little hidden place for a note. Isn't that fun? I love that. And it's so simple. It looks like it might be fancy and complicated, but it's not. I think I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more. It kind of wants to stick. So let me set this aside, put this away. And I am going to now work on some clusters. And let's see here. Oh my goodness, I have a pretty decent sized craft room now, but I still don't have enough room, it seems. I'm always like looking for a place to put something. So anyway, clusters. I got a bunch of scraps that I want to use. I love this. If you ever get packaging like this, save it, because it makes a really cool addition to, especially like a grungy, steampunky scrapping journal or whatever. So I'll be using this and some scraps, and I might use my doily somehow. These are scraps from the papers that I cut down for my signatures. And I've got lots of my other ribbons and burlap things that I'll probably cut into. And these are, excuse me, this is just cheesecloth and a wide lace that I stiffened with Mod Podge. And I have a tutorial on that as well. If you want to check out the rest of my channel and just search for fabrics, why to stiffen your fabric or something. I don't know, just put fabric and stiffen in the search and it should probably come up. So I'm going to try to use these somehow as well. So, and then I've got all my gears. I've been hoarding steampunk gears for a while, so I'll try to use, not all of them obviously, but try to use some of those. So I'm just going to start playing and see what I can come up with, okay? And then, oh yes, and I'll probably go ahead, probably do this off camera, but I'll go ahead and cut out the rest of these. And maybe not all of it, but here's some more good pockets. Since I have 5 signatures, I think I'm going to need everything, just about everything there is here. So this is a loaded tag, which I'll maybe show you. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just put this on here and you stick all these things in the pocket, and it's a loaded tag. So maybe you don't need to see me do that. But I'll probably do that off camera. And then when I have all the bits and pieces that I'm happy with, then we'll go ahead and just start putting it on the different pages, okay? Okay, yay! All right, my lovelies, I've got so much going on here. I'm excitedly overwhelmed. So let me show you what I did. I know you saw that most of it in the fast version. So these are the clusters I made. I just love making clusters. I could probably add more to that. I was thinking about maybe adding a little bit of bling, but I can't. Oh, there it is. Hang on. I have this like dark coppery bling ribbon that I just, oh, I adore. I got it at Hobby Lobby, I think, a long time ago. I'm not sure they still have it. I hope so, because when that one's gone, I'm going to be very sad if I can't if I can't get it, because I use this every chance I get whenever I think about it. But I think yeah, that needs to happen. Let's just do that real quick. Okay, so a little bling there. Maybe I'll add some more bling later. I don't know. To the other ones, we'll see. I have to stop somewhere, right? Okay, so then I did this cluster, and I have these gears that are actually plastic. The rest of them are metal, but these are plastic, and they're a little bit thicker. They're quite a bit thicker, but they're light because they're plastic. So I thought that might work nicely for a cluster. Need to watch out so that your clusters don't get too thick and too heavy. This is actually kind of bordering a little bit thick. I made this little dangle. I forgot about dangles. I just have so many ideas in my head that sometimes some of them get eked out. But I remembered, oh my goodness, just little scruffy dangles. And I just added the little bird on there. So there's that. And this, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But look, I put the gear, and you can see the little rabbit and his little clock. And I thought that was kind of cool. Something else needs to happen with it. I'm just not sure what yet. But I thought I would at least get that part done. Oh yes, and so this cluster is definitely thick, but I really like it. It's probably too thick for inside a page, so I might save this for the cover. This might be an element on the cover. So anyway, there's that. And then I did this belly band with these really awesome looking wolves, steampunk wolves. So I'll put that in a page, and I'll trim down the edges. Oh yeah, and I cut out my loaded tag, and I just cut everything out and just load it up. And I thought about possibly I could make her a pocket too, just glue here and then maybe tuck something in there. I might do that. I don't know yet. So there. I kind of like it that way too. So for now, I'll leave that. All right, so then I've got, oh yes, this is definitely dry enough now. I've got this little guy. Oh my goodness, it's a little tight. I'm gonna have to stretch it out again. That's okay. That's doable. Did you know paper is stretchable? It is to a certain point. There we go. You know what I need to do? I need to round the corners. I think that'll help. The corners are wanting to get tripped up. There we go. I think that'll do the trick. Yes, much better. Much better. Okay, awesome. Yay. All right, so we've got that. And I've got my little paper clipless paper clip. I have a stack of tags. More ATCs. Some of my pockets, my angled pockets, little guys. Some more pockets, some more paper belly bands. I've got so much. And then from Stacy's ephemera, some of these are from her kit and some of these are from her freebies for the week. This is in her kit. I love this. She always makes like these really cool envelopes with hidden stuff. So I put trim there, and then you've got cards that match the shape. Isn't that awesome? Love it. That's going somewhere for sure. So And then she's also got some tags that have matching pockets. So we'll be doing that on the pages. Oh yeah, this is one of my freebies, little postcards. Can get tucked into a belly band or a pocket. Oh, some more pockets from Stacy. These were all on one page, so those will come in handy. And I have another thing I'm going to make, but we're going to wait till the end. I need to make sure that I've got room for it, but I'm pretty sure one of these pockets is going to be perfect for it. One kind of a larger embellishment, or maybe it's not so much an embellishment as an addition to the journal. And then, oh yes, and then these are little rounded pockets. These are one of my freebies. These were actually Val's. I think I mentioned that. These were Val's freebies, but since she can't join in this time after all, where you can find these on my group and Stacy's group. Okay, so now, now you see what I've got to work with. I'm going to go ahead and start playing, but I will put it on fast forward because it's probably going to take me a while. So yeah, I will let you watch the process, but not in real time. Okay? All right. Go grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink and sit back and just kind of relax, and hopefully you'll get inspired. Okay. Okay, you guys, whew, I tell you what, I could just keep going and going and going. But I need to stop. I need to stop. So let me see. These are not in quite the order I had intended originally. I think that's it. I mean, this can all change, but look at this. Look at this chunky monkey. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let me just do the one extra thing that I was going to do to put in here. And you know, I'm not 100% sure if I want to put it in the signature or if I want it to be on the inside cover. But I'm going to go ahead and make it now anyway with you because I would consider it as part of an embellishment of the pages. So what we're going to do is create a fun little clipboard. I was thinking maybe it would slide in, oh, where did I put it? In here. This might be a good place for it, but I was actually thinking in a pocket as well, or maybe just clip it. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna make one though, and we're gonna make it in a way that the size will work for wherever we end up putting it, hopefully. At one point I was thinking of, oh, there go my dogs. I was thinking of putting it in this pocket, but I love how he's peeking out. I don't know if I want to ruin that, but I was going to maybe stick it in this pocket. But you know what? I can always make another pocket. I think I'm going to leave him like that. That's just too cute. All right, so I know we'll probably, if I don't put it on the cover, I will put it in one of the bigger, taller signatures. So this width is actually pretty darn good. I'm going to cut it down to about here, and this corner is a little bit like squished a little bit, so I'm going to trim that off so it's a nice crisp edge. And I think I can do it with my little girl trimmer. Let me see, I'm going to make a little mark here. Let's see, if not I might have to go to my big girl trimmer, but I want that to be nice and crisp. She did it. I'm proud of her. Okay, let's see. Mark is about there. And this is something I saw on someone else's channel. I think, oh goodness, I should have written it down. I think it's called The Treasured Page, I believe. She has a lot of beautiful ideas. And I thought, you know what? That's a great idea for this, journal. So we're gonna do it. So easy breezy. All we're gonna do, I printed out this paper, and we're just going to cover. Oh my goodness, my space is creeping in on me. Okay. So let's see. How about I measure it? How about I get like really technical and measure things for a minute here? Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, I like this ruler. This is a new ruler. I was given this ruler at the latest crafting retreat I went to, and it has all the, oh wow, like all the itty bitty little numbers. It tells you, so you don't have to guess. You don't have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So yeah, that's awesome. 4 5/8 by 6. Easy breezy. Let me do that. Okay, so all we're going to do is glue. And I'm not going to worry about wrapping it. because this is kind of steampunky and everything's kind of a little bit raw and grungy. But I could have made it bigger and then, you know, wrap the corners around and then put another piece of paper like that. But I'm just going to ink the edges of everything and call it good. But I'm going to go ahead and use Mod Podge again if I can open it. Oh no, I ripped a piece off. Well, you know what? That's okay. It's just an opportunity to get more creative to cover that up. I might just be able to just ink it and just look, you know, kind of rustic. So while this dries, while that dries, I'm gonna go grab the paper I'm gonna use, okay? Hang on just 1 second. Okay, I have this huge pad of ledger paper that I thought would look really fun with this. So I'm just going to willy-nilly, this has some perforations already, which is kind of interesting. But I want to kind of have it be torn edges. Sorry, I'm thinking and not talking like I should. Sorry. I need to trim some of that off too. But so I think I'm going to use my deckled edge ruler. Okay, we have our scruffy paper. Okay, and so what I'm going to use is one of these bowl clips, is what they call them. Clips. Oh, hang on, let me clean this up just a bit. Okay, I've got a little bit of the glue didn't get all that. I want it to be very, very tight down on there. So let me show you a trick. If you've seen me do this before, if you are not new to me, but if you are new to me, I'm so glad you're here, first of all. But let me show you a little trick on how am I going to get glue inside there? Just like this. So I'm going to put some glue. With my left hand, it is almost impossible. Okay, there we go. You really just need a little tiny touch. And you probably can't see this on camera, but I'm going to slip this underneath and kind of spread that glue around. Pull it out, and then bada boom, bada bing. It's like magic. It's like magic. Ah. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and ink the edges because I can, and I want to, and get them all nice and scruffy and rustic. Both edges. Oh, okay, here. This is the part that ripped. Yeah, I think just inking that is going to be just fine. I think it'll be okay. Now, if this was a very pristine journal, then that would not have worked. That would have made me very sad. Okay, well, we'll just make that the back, and it won't be as noticeable that way anyway. All right, and then we're going to do this. And just clip it like so. How cute is that? Super cute, just in case you didn't know what the answer was. It's super cute. And you know, you can embellish even further. Gosh, you know what? Let me... Okay, hang on. Hang on. Now the paper that I printed that on is not cardstock, but it's the 28-pound paper, which is a little bit thicker, and it prints a little bit nicer quality, at least on my printer. And that's what I like to use when I'm printing on both sides of the paper. Then it's thick enough where the other one image won't show through to the other side. So ideally, maybe this being cardstock would be better, but I'm not going to print a whole new sheet just for that. So let me try something here. Let's do a little experimentation here. Just fold that maybe around the corners a little bit. What do you think about that? I think that's fun. Okay. And then, I keep losing my, I feel like I'm constantly searching for what I'm looking for. Does that make sense? Ay, I'm losing it. I'm getting giddy. But this is just so much fun. I literally could do this for another 2 hours, easy. And what you're seeing, I'm sure, is not, by the time I edit it, I'm hoping it will be less than an hour, or not much more than an hour. But yeah, it takes several hours to make a 1 hour video. Okay, oh yeah, look at that. I think I like that. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a finished look. Ta-da! How cute. How cute, how cute, how cute. And maybe even tie a little ribbon. No, I won't mess with that. But you can embellish it even more. So here's what I was wondering. If it would slip. I mean, I know it'll slip in, but it might be too thick with this. With this little guy. So I think it's going to need a pocket. So, okay. Isn't he cute though? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'm gonna kind of leave this until we do the cover next week. And I may make a pocket on the inside of the cover and stick this little guy in there. If not, then I'll find him a place in here. Yep. Or you know what? You could just let's just find. You could just clip it with a paper clip. Really? I mean really. Hello. But I don't know. I might do that for right now. We'll keep that there. Oh, also, I was going to use this. I forgot. I'd gotten these at the craft retreat I was at. There were a lot of people selling craft supplies. And look at these. I'd never seen these before. Maybe you've seen this. It's from 49 and Market. They're metal index clips. And, oh my goodness, they're so cool. I'm honestly, I've never seen them used anywhere, so I'm not sure how they're supposed to be used. But you know what? I'm going to use them. Maybe this would be that might be the way to attach this little guy. It's a little bit more sturdy. Maybe it's too thick. Oh, but you know what? I think I can widen it. Because it's a good sturdy metal, but it's pliable a little bit. Oh, yep, look at that. Just like that. Whoops. Just like that. And then on this side, that's so cool. Oops. Oh, now I made it too pliable. Let me put it back. Squeeze it back a little. Goodness gracious. You know what? I'm gonna have this little guy stick out the top because that's gonna get in the way of closing it. And I love having things stick out the top. So, okay. Maybe I should have this go here so I can easily slide under the papers. It kind of wants to get stuck. There we go. I love it. Okay, that's it. Oh, no, it's not it. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. So, while I was doing some things off camera, I looked at my rusty hinges and stuff. Remember I did that? And I was way too shy with the Mod Podge, so I went ahead and added more Mod Podge, and I didn't just do the edges. What I was thinking of the last time I did it, I was doing labels, so I just had the rest kind of around on the edges because there was words in the middle. And that's what I was trying to do with this, but it looked kind of funky, so I just added more Mod Podge and did the cinnamon again, and it looks much better now. And I do think that, and see, once you tap all the cinnamon off and everything's really dry, it's not going to be coming off very much. I mean, I wouldn't put this next to something archival if you're trying to be like really preserving something, but this is pretty cool. And I think some of the edges need to be inked on this. But what do you think? I kind of like it. And you could use any whatchamacallit, any color, you know, it's cardstock. This just happened to be kind of gray, and it's not, this is the one that I inked ahead of time, and of course it ended up being more covered with cinnamon than anything, but I'm not sure it made that much of a difference. If anything, inking around the edges, I think, kind of gives it a little bit more of a finished look, especially this one. Didn't get too much cinnamon on that end. So yeah, so you know what, hang on, let me play with these now. I'm going to add these to some of the pages. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to do that. I probably won't do this on camera, but you're picking up what I'm laying down, right? I'm going to add the rest of these to the pages, and you'll be able to see what I did when I do the flip through. But again, these die cuts you can get, I got these from BeeBee Craft, and I will put a link below for these. And I appreciate so much you watching, and be sure to watch all the other collaborators this week and get your freebies and have some fun. And yeah, we'll see you again next week when we do the cover. Yay, bye.